what up? It's Heavy, and I got a co-host for this one. This is Adia, y'all. I know I've been MIA because I'm in school getting another master's degree, so it takes up a lot of my time. And I'm moving to Miami. That's what we're on our way to right now. We are in South Georgia, and Adia, right here, my co-host, was listening to my songs, and I was like, hey, let's do some reviews of some of my tracks. So we're gonna review tracks that are already released. We ain't gonna review no unreleased tracks.
No, we're not gonna give you the sauce for the unreleased. Not yet.
But they were pretty good, right?
They were great.
Thank you. All right, let's see. Let's see what kind of, we can do Heavy Kites. So this is my last project that I did with Jay White the Kite. That's the one who you saw on Adventure that gave me the virtual reality.
Okay.
That's Jay White. So this is me and his project.
Nice.
This first song is called Just Matter. It's on all streaming platforms. It's called Heavy Kites. That's the name of the project. And this song is Just Met Her.
Now, when did you release? What year did you release it?
Oh, you would have to ask me that. I don't remember. I think I think it was released. I want to say 1 year ago.
Okay, so it's just about a year old.
I think it's just about a year old. I'm pretty sure.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So this is Just Matter, Heavy Hooks, and Jay White the Kite. Kite take flight.
Sometimes they just be asking for too much kite. Especially when you just met them. Man, just met them. Hey, Kendrick Lamar, all on my zone, chillin', relaxing, vibing alone. Interrupted by ring on the phone. Here they know she called back, now I'm thrown. I shouldn't have picked up the phone. She talking, babe, what you want? Before I can answer, she asking for money I own. How she laid on the rent, losing her home. She think I'm a lick, like I'm coverage is blown. Like a DB, I get back in my zone, like back in the gym, in and out of the cones. Coach yelling, bro, leave me alone. I fight for my own. Now back to this chick telephone. She asking for cheese. Don't really know what she want in VVs. What company she say Tiffany's. These women, they for the streets.
Hey, and I swear I just met her. I swear I just met her.
I swear,
And I swear I just met her. I swear I just met her. So we're gonna pause it right there. All right. So what you got?
Okay, so first of all, I did not think this is where the song was going when you told me the title. I thought it was a love song. This is not a love song.
Got her.
So yeah, definitely off.
Definitely the opposite of a love song.
Definitely the opposite. All right, so talk to me a little bit about like what prompted this particular song, or was this something that you initiated, or did Kite initiate this?
Oh, look at her. So first off, shout out to Ali Buckets. We recorded this with Ali Buckets. He was an engineer. He did the mix. So to answer your question, I initiated this one. I found the beat. I came up with the concept, and me and Kite put it together. But this is not something that I personally experienced. Like during this time is when I'm really deep into Dr. Tommy Curry, Dr. What's his name? Shoot, with the Onyx Report. I can't think of his name right now to come back to me. But Kevin Samuels type material. You know, I didn't agree with everything that Kevin Samuels said.
Right.
But as far as finally seeing women as just humans and not these goddess type beings that make no mistakes and they just glitter and gold, I was able to wipe that crap off my eye, get through the virtual reality and see that women are just as treacherous as men, and that
Okay.
you know, we do ourselves a disservice when we think that either women or men are just these perfect beings that can do no wrong, that leads us into trouble. We end up doing things that we shouldn't because we're believing things that are fictional. So I was talking about the fact that there are plenty of women out there that you just meet and all they own is trying to get some money or just trying to get something out of you and they don't give anything back. So what do you think of that concept?
Okay, so like the glass came off, right?
Yes.
So the lipstick we usually put on the pig came off the lipstick. It came off the pig altogether.
Facts.
I mean that makes sense. So I think what's interesting though, in just like the first verse, is that you have a verse in there that is really like a prequel to another song that you've just recently done, because the line is "Leave Me Alone," but it really goes with another song.
Yeah.
I think we could get into that later, but now I understand where kind of the vision came from.
Okay. All right, well, let's get into Kite's verse.
All right.
Kite take flight.
Man, I swear I just met her. Man, I swear I just met her. Yeah, I swear I just met her. Kite, take flight. Don't call me no more, don't call me Kite. Irking my soul and you killing my vibe. Blowing me up.
Irking my soul and you killing my vibe. I like that.
Oh my God, she said she needs.
What you say?
Irking my soul.
Irking my soul, right?
Word. You a
Man.
young guy.
That's
Alright.
Kite, baby. Let's hear that again, Kite.
I swear I just met her. Yeah, I swear I just met her. Kite, take flight. Don't call me no more, don't call me Kite. Irking my soul and you killing my vibe. Blowing me up and you blowing my high. She said she need 20, it turned into 40, and now she needs 60. She gotta be kidding. I met her last month, but now this is the Sydney. She can't get $1, she can't get a penny, cause she not a dime, she not worth my time. I fall out with hoes and turn it to rhymes. And to be technical, she wasn't fine. Talk too much shit, she not about her shit. And to be with me, you gotta be lit. But look, I'm the Kite, wanna hop in my ride. Come with your own, cause shorty we grown. Ask me for money, I'm blocking your phone. Like, leave me alone. No, we just met. I'm knowing it's wet, but what else you got? Cause I cannot stop. But really, why would I start?
I know it's wet, but is that all you got?
No, and I heard it. So let's
Get into that.
All right, let's get into
it. That's one of her favorite things to talk about. Mine too, though.
No, because I think, it's very telling. So first and foremost, because we were just having this conversation, right, yesterday about how comfortable people get. Like, we literally just started talking or dating, and like, you're already asking me for money. Not that it's, if you're in need of something, that you shouldn't be able to ask for help, but it really starts to set a precedence. And so I guess maybe talk about, what's your take on that? Like, why is it that you feel like people get to a place where that's just the norm, where it's so comfortable especially for women? Because I think, but it happens on both sides, where it's just like, we just started talking and the expectation is that it's okay for me to ask you for money.
Yeah, I mean, because that's how we're socialized, especially men. I mean, we're looked at as the providers, the ATM, the credit card. So it's cool to do that. If you ain't got it, then you a bum, you broke, and all these negative things. So I think there's a social pressure for women to ask and a social pressure for men to give it up.
But do you think the ask is more so to is it more of like a test? Because we are socially wired at this point to think, well, there's an expectation there that he should be able to do that for me. So is it really a test, or is it just across the board that's something that should be expected?
Wow, I think that's a really great question. I think it's a mixture. I think some women are testing men because they want to see if he a lick. They want to see how much they can get away with. They trying to see if they can get it.
I mean, we are in a real scammer type, environment these days. So.
No, I totally agree with that. And I think that's what it is. In this materialistic world where it's hard to get money, and money is valued over almost any other thing, it is difficult for people not to turn into these things. People like to deny the social pressure that comes from our institutions, and a lot of our institutions focus on money, from the church to the school to our family rooms. People are valuing getting to that bag over anything else, and I think this is a result of it. And until we go ahead.
No, I mean, I agree with you. Like, I think that there's just not this place anymore where people kind of feel it seems like it's a standard, right? So like, it's like if you had to ask somebody for money, you were really down and out, and you felt like uncomfortable. But there doesn't seem to be like this uncomfortable space anymore for that when it comes to this dichotomy between men and women, or people that are just dating, right? So it could be whatever.
Oh, I want to play on that then.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go?
Yeah.
I totally agree. And with the invention of text messages and emails and DMs, it makes it so much easier. It's not as uncomfortable now. If I can just send you a request on Cash App, like I've had tons of people just send me requests that I don't even know or barely know.
Really?
Yes.
Just send your
just a random request, because look how easy it
our
is.
children send to me requests.
Yes.
I would be very thrown off. Just I got random requests. On
Yes.
That's wild.
Like people do that because like you're removing that social element where you're face to face asking for money. Because I totally agree.
That's such a good point though, because you're right. It takes the pressure off when you don't have to actually interact with the person. If you feel like that they're gonna do it, you don't really have to interact with them at all. So you don't have a pressure to be like, let me explain why I need this money.
Correct.
Why, or if I'm gonna pay you back, like let me just see if you'll just send it to me.
Yes.
I see.
Makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
And these things that we're talking about, I know a lot of young people don't understand, but technology removes a lot of our interactions with each other, which harms our ability to communicate with each other. And we don't see that initially because we're so enamored, we're so enthralled with the new technology because they make life so much easier. But we forget that it takes away from our ability to interact with each other on a genuine, authentic level. And we don't get a chance many times to work on our communication skills. What do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I didn't really think about that concept because, again, like random people do not send me Cash App requests. But it's so true, and it really does lend into this kind of instant gratification world that we've been like just steadily creeping towards, where it's like I can be instantly gratified without putting in any type of minimal effort, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. No, that's facts.
Okay, so before we get back into the last part of it, I just also wanted to touch on, and we can touch on it at the end, but just the simple fact that because of the last part of the verse is the expectation is because I come with good China, like I should be, right? I should be validated, right?
Right, that validates my request for this money.
Right, like, and that's all I got. So, it's interesting because it's like we're in this place where I think that's really the going mindset. Like, if I could twerk, I could shake my ass, and I'm
And I got one. Hawk too.
No, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not.
But that's the same concept. As long as I can do this
concept.
Sexual act,
right?
I am value. I have value.
It's not even if I'm doing the sexual act. It's just the fact that I have the parts to do it.
Ooh, good one. Ooh, yes.
I don't know.
Talk about it. We don't know if you can really do it.
Sex is actually good or not.
Facts. You were right.
But I just think that it's just one of those things where it's like, I think it doesn't get enough attention where we don't talk about like, okay, where's the depth at? Like, why are we just continuing to accept this very shallow agenda of how we interact with each other?
All right, good. Well, I'm gonna jump in right there. And again, it's the institutions, because the institutions are creating the systems and processes we all use to create our worldviews. And if we look at the church and the school, the mosque, church, school, the temples, they're all about money. They're all about rote memorization. They're all about doing this to get that. There's no depth. There's no understanding different philosophies. There is no, we want our congregation, our people to be enlightened. Think about that, y'all. In all these institutions, the school wants you to think the way the teacher's telling you to think. You read what I tell you to read, and you read it in the way that I suggest. The church, the mosque, Islam, Christianity, they all telling you to worship this God in the way I'm telling you. Right? Give me the money because I'm telling you why God tells you. Go ahead. You got something cooking in there?
No, I mean, it's very much a quid pro quo agenda.
Yes.
And y'all did not think we were going to get this deep on this song, did you?
Right. They did not think so, but that's why I wanted you on here. Like, she's very studied. She reads. She's had numerous life experiences that allow us to navigate in and out of social mores and institutions in our society based on the ideas in each song. So that's why I wanted her on here. But I just want y'all to think about these institutions and what they're creating. They're not teaching us to think deeply about anything because they want you to accept happily with a smile what they're feeding you. Think about that. Think about the children that want to challenge their teachers and what the teachers do when they are intellectually challenged in that classroom. I'm a teacher, so I know I'm not doing that to the kids. I mean, respect is one thing, but they should be able to ask questions and to be told, hey, it's good to question things. But are our institutions doing that? What you think? Do they welcome inquiry and challenging?
No, and neither do they. Neither do they address assertiveness either, right? Because whenever you think about these institutions and how they're really framing up the structure of the education and the structure of the teaching or the foundation of the information that is being given, it's very much do what I say, not as I do. It's also very much of only take this information and do with it what I tell you to do, right? And do it quietly.
To do it quietly.
Right? Do it quietly. And so as we go into our adulthood, if we've always had to do things this way, then we don't actually learn these other, important skills like assertiveness. So we expect at some point you to become an adult and become very assertive, but you've never gotten an opportunity to do it along the way because the institutions haven't allowed you to. And it really does lend into the message in the song, because then if you're not assertive,
I want to add something to your assertiveness. Also, since they haven't been taught to think for themselves, they're going to be assertive at the things that they've been told to do, which makes social media so powerful.
There it is.
That's why they're going to keep asking for the money and keep scamming, because that's what all this stuff is telling them. Oh, my bad.
That's where I was going with
Let me just shut up then. Let the woman cook.
You're absolutely right. So that's where I was going with it, because if you don't have that actual assertive skill, then you're not going to, the ones that do, you're going to be assertive in this one thing, but the ones that don't, the ones that are being asked to do something by somebody else, they're not going to be assertive enough to say, no, I actually don't have to do that. Like, I can make a different choice. I don't have to go with the status quo. And the status quo is to just fall into the norm of society.
Correct. Totally agree with that. All right. I think this is good. We only got through one song, and that's perfect. Let's listen to the end of it.
All right.
And that'll be the end of this video. Here we go.
That's like me, you know I'm a good guy. I'm trying to be nice, but shawty just look, I gotta just block you. I need me a queen. I'm knowing it's not you. These women, they for the streets.
Wow. I'm needing a queen, and I know it's not you. That's a good way of ending it, right?
It is.
So what do you think overall of the song?
I like the song. I think it's a good message, but I think people need to understand the importance of really kind of analyzing these activities that we're actually talking about in the song. It's definitely a vibe, and it's definitely a bop, but there's definitely more to it. There's obviously more to it, and I hope that there's at least that understanding, and hopefully this kind of broke it down where we really do need to address and then to kind of tackle some of those social pressures that we all kind of succumb to at some point in time.
Man, that's straight heat. That's bars, man. So we ending this episode. We'll be back. This is Heavy Reviews. Me and the Diaz, we rolling to Miami. Just check out more of our reviews. We out.